Thank you for tuning in to Capital Jazz TV. I'm your host, Jodine Dorsey. This is the 30th annual Capital Jazz Fest. And kicking off today, we had the lovely Dr. Chelsey Green.
Well, thank you, Jodine.
I gotta say doctor and put a period in it. Always.
Thank you. Hey, everybody.
It was so good to see you on stage today.
you.
Always well received.
It was so much fun. It was an honor to kick off the show today. So happy to be here. Our first Capital Jazz Festival.
Oh, so you've only done the cruise.
We've only been on the cruise.
Ah.
So this was a lot of fun.
When you're performing in the space like over here at the Merriweather, like it's a
Yes.
huge space. And how do you feel that sound with just a violin? Like how do you do that?
That's
like,
a great question. I always think about my violin like it's a voice.
Right.
I think it's just, an instrument through which I'm speaking. So I love to try to like do different techniques on the instrument, like a lot of string crossings to fill up the sound, some low end, some high end to make it really warm, some pizzicato. I put a little effects on there to surprise the audience too, with a little guitar effect sometimes. So yeah, we had fun.
Nice. And then today, when you performed and you did the Can We Talk? Can we just talk about the remix?
I need to work with Tevin, right, so we can get that in there.
Tevin Campbell. We need some clearance real quick. We need a licensing clearance so she can remake this song. Because the way you went through, what was it? Okay, Can We Talk? I want to know your credit score.
Yes, we need to know the credit score. Yes. How many babies you have?
How many babies
And then
you
how
have?
many baby mamas?
How many baby mamas? Because you could have like 3 kids and have like 3 different baby mamas.
There it is.
See?
There, we need the full transparency.
Is this the grown Chelsey Green? Is this the grown Chelsey coming? This is the I've been dating, and this is
these dating streets are
These streets.
ghetto. Yes, it's rough out here, but it's really. I feel like I joke about it, but it's that post-pandemic view of lifetime is so valuable. And we, at this point, we've come across this thing that nobody knew we were going into, and we all had to face it. And we've all had different learnings and realizations from that time. And I think we know now that, the collective message is we can't waste time.
There's a word. There's a word. Is that what you took away while you were going through the pandemic? Was there any other learnings that you got from there?
Oh my goodness, so many. I think isolation teaches us so much about ourselves, what it means for us as like who we are as human beings apart from what we do. Like how much of us we pour into daily tasks and routine instead of showing up for ourselves. What does self-care look like?
What does self-care look like?
Oh my gosh. Right now it's looking like sleep.
Okay.
It's looking like,
Rest.
Home cooked
Do you
meals.
follow the Nap Ministry?
No, is this on Instagram?
Oh my gosh, you've got to follow the Nap Ministry.
Okay.
It is all about Black women and resting.
Really?
That's all it's about.
Okay, I have to
She's
find
out of
them.
Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, it's
You've
a
got-
real thing.
It's a real thing. And she is unapologetically like, Black women need to sleep. We need rest.
That
we
is
need to
so
take naps.
real.
It's so good. It's so good.
I
Anyway,
love that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll lock that in. I
we'll
love
lock that in.
Follow the Nap Ministry. Yes.
yes. But that's interesting that you say that because a lot of artists, especially you guys performing artists and you're a performing artist, had such a tough time during that time. And I didn't speak to you before. I haven't spoken to you since that.
Since then.
Right,
And
right.
like we interact on Instagram.
Right,
and
right,
stuff,
right,
but
right,
it's
right.
like you don't really catch that like real spirit,
That's
that real
right.
energy. And so much of our performance was relegated to Zoom and other technology spaces. And like I'm in my house like going in on the violin, like sweating and in full face and all this makeup, and then you stop playing and all you see is squares silently.
It is something to be said about just getting a heart emoji at the end of your performance.
At the end, I never even knew how real that would be. Like, thank you for that. Thank you.
But it's not a fulfilling feeling, I would say, right?
It's just different because you think about like what it means to show up. like you as the performer and them as the listener. It all took us a different like method of like showing up to be present and fully aware of that moment, because it's like, you know, they probably don't want to sit on the Zoom screen any more than I want to play on the Zoom screen after they've worked all day on Zoom and all this, but for them to still show up for you and still like, you know, support. And thank you for like virtual events. That was really meaningful.
Good.
Yeah.
So I want to flip the script.
Sure.
Tell me about the Green Project.
Yes.
I want to know a little bit about that.
So the Green Project, we released our music like that for a while, and really it is the band work, but also it's the work I do with my educational outreach and the work I do with advocacy for independent artists and underrepresented artists in the industry space. And I do a lot of volunteer and educational outreach around that platform. And so that's part of what is encompassed within the Green Project. And now, you know, I'm doing a lot of that work in other iterations, but performing and releasing my music, it'll be Chelsey Green. So we're
Got it. And so you also work a lot with kids as well.
I do.
Mentoring and giving them an outlet to express themselves creatively.
I do a lot. So I'm a professor at Berklee College of Music in Boston.
Receipt.
And I do a lot of work with them, and you know, I've been there, I can't believe it now, for 6 years, and in that time I've really seen where kids are thinking about what current live music and recorded music is.
It's so different from when we were first coming out into the scene and putting music out there independently.
Oh my goodness, AI has changed the game. Like, there is so much happening with technology and how music is being produced, released, and shared. And then to go into like K through 12 spaces and see that learning with them only knowing that. So they don't even have that exposure to what, you know, like my Beyonce is a different Beyonce than their, and just like, you know, how they're relating to music and how they listen now is so different. So coming into the studio is a way new experience for me now, because it's so many considerations, but I always just think about the heart of what I'm trying to say musically.
Right. The heart of what you love it. So tell me about the new album.
The new album is cooking. We're about 4 tunes in, and it's really exciting. I'm singing a little bit more. So
Yeah. Are you vocal coaching the whole 9 yards, or are you just?
I'm not coaching. I'm not coaching right now. I do a little bit of that at Berklee, but personally, like just for my own things, I don't do that. But I do take. Okay. I am getting some coaching.
You're getting some coaching.
I'm receiving it.
Okay.
But yeah, the vocal expression has opened up my violin expression in so many ways too. So
nice. Yeah. I love musicians that are also like singing their hearts out. It just. Woo, you got to get it out there.
We got to get it out.
And connect. And we feel that connection. I love that. How do people keep in contact with you? How do they know how to follow you to see where you're coming to their city?
Okay, absolutely. So my website is chelseygreene.com, CHELSEY, green like the color.com. We are on Facebook, Chelsey Green and the Green Project, and on Instagram at Dr. Chelsey Green, at DrCHELSEY Green. On Instagram.
Love it. Please go see Dr. Chelsey Green if she's in the city near you. I promise you, it's a whole vibe. It is a whole vibe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for kicking off Capital Jazz Fest.
Thank you. It is such an honor. Happy to see you again.
Happy to see you as well. Yes. And this won't be the last time, hopefully.
I hope so. I hope not.
Here.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
Right. Dr. Chelsey Green, Jodine Dorsey, you're tuned in to Capital Jazz TV.